Hello, Sharcy model friends. What about today's video?
Let me explain to you Arkbird Tiny 3 generations. Keys and flight control, steering correction function. The last video told you about it. Press and hold for ability to access sensor midpoint calibration. Press the button 5 times and you turn a lever. The function of being able to set the front and back of a certain channel. Tell him about front wheel correction. The front wheel deviation correction also and needs to calibrate the back of the rudder volume. The front wheel correction. There are two ways to connect. Connection. Is it connected to the PPM or SPAS interface? For example, an Arkbird receiver of 433. There is another way to connect the steering gear channels directly. One channel output and two channel output of flight control. One channel output and two channel output. What about this time? 3 and 4 channels. He's a front wheel corrector. It can replace the use of AG61. I'll show you. First, let's demonstrate the function of connecting to PPM. Front wheel correction. After installing it, the default delivery is not turned on. Play 4 channels in manual mode. 4 channel output, it is not stabilized. Even if we hit 5 lanes high. 6 channel hit to low or high. Then put the 6th channel. After turning on this stabilized output, the moment I'm turning the plane, there will be a rudder in an instant. But after turning, his rudder is back on target. Back to this 0-point position. This is not opened for correction. How about opening the correction? According to our instructions, first hit channel 5 low. 6 channels hit low. Then dial the 6 channel joystick 5 times. Enter setting mode. Then turn the 5 channel joystick 11 times. Turn on that deviation correction function. I'm going to show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the 2 lights should be on at this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, the yellow light is on at this time. And then it flashes twice. It indicates that the function of deviation correction has been turned on. The function of the wrench, whether it is manual mode or balanced mode. When you watch the fight, he will have it keeps turning. He won't come back. Did you see it? His steering gear. What about this time? Connect the 4th channel to a rudder surface or a steering wheel. He can realize the function of rotating and correcting the deviation after hitting. For example, when you let the plane fly forward now, if the plane is deviating, he will give a rudder measurement in the opposite direction. When the plane turns left, he will give a continuous rudder quantity in the opposite direction. It keeps the plane moving. Like this. When putting this. When using PPM and SPAS modes. If, for example, when correcting we play aileron's channel, this rudder of his will immediately return to center. When I play the aileron, he will come back immediately. Demonstrate again. Do you see it? Or when we play channel 7, thinking that ILT is the landing will also be returned. Let's say we see this position on channel 7 when I put the landing gear away. At this time, the function of deviation correction is also turned off. That is to say, correct the switch with this function of the aileron. It's about the landing gear. When the landing gear is knocked down for 5 seconds after hitting down, he will turn on the function of correction. You see, in 5 seconds, he will turn on the function of correction. I just showed you this correction function in PPM and SPAS modes. And then in the next part I'll show you. It acts alone as a correction gyroscope. Connection used. When using a deviation correction gyroscope alone, we put these receivers. Remove all. What about this time? We just need to connect the 4th channel to the steering wheel. Because now my plane doesn't have steering wheels. And I'm going to demonstrate this with a steering gear. Receiver channels 4 and 7, steering and landing gear. We think ILT is a landing gear. Put channel 4 and channel 7. Connect to output E and R. Connect like this. Of course, we can also choose not to connect when the landing gear passage. The landing gear augmented stability will always be on. No 2nd channel. His augmented stability will also directly use this thread. Then power him up at this time. We can give the receiver or we could power this place. The power supply in series is okay. I'm going to plug this into this position. And then at this time, I turned it on until it hit low. He has already started this correction. This is the correction and stabilization I just saw. This model, did you see it? This is where the steering correction happens. When this one turns right, it will give a continuous left turn. When it makes a left turn, give a right turn rudder. Start this correction. We hit channel 7小时 IGH. You can close this correction. When hitting channel 7 low, landing gear 5 seconds later, it will open in 5 seconds. Start this correction. If you need to adjust the size of this correction amount, there is also the positive and negative of the correction amount. We still follow the previous method. Press this 5 times. Press this button 5 times 1 2 3 4 5. Then hit this rudder to measure. Now the amount of his correction is reversed. Do you see it? By pressing the button 5 times, then hit the 4-channel rudder volume to adjust it, the positive and negative if of you need to adjust its size. It's also the way before that. Hit first. Hit 6 times first. The more channel 1 are acceptable. The amount of this 7 channel, because at this time 7 channels instead of 6 channels and of then input, 3, 4, 5, 6, corresponding to 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100%. Rudder capacity of 4 channels. You can adjust the size of its rudder volume. This is it doing a correction alone. Gyroscope used. Explanation. The specific use method. You can refer to one of our electronic manuals. You can add our QQ group 8088-30689 or www.rkbirdfpv.com, our official website, or contact us by email. Well, are there any specific technical problems? You can contact our sales staff. Is this a simple demonstration today? Thank you very much.